Naming acids. When you're naming acids, you do not start with hydrogen, okay? Acids are also kind of like ionic in that they have a cation and an anion, okay? The only thing that the H tells us is that it is an acid. So we're going to use the H and say, okay, acid naming. Then you're going to pull out your pretty. And at the top of your pretty is how to name acids. Okay? Now, you want to look at what is next to the hydrogen, because what's next to the hydrogen is going to tell you the name. Okay? I'm going to start with this. This is HCl. Cl is just one element. When you are naming an acid that is just one element, you start with hydro and with ic, acid. Then, in this space, you put the root of the element. So that would be hydrochloric acid. And that's the name. Okay? Now, if next to the hydrogen there is a polyatomic ion, the first thing you need to do is name that polyatomic ion. On your polyatomic ion chart, NO3 is nitrate, CO3 is carbonate, and SO3 is sulfite. You've got to be careful with these subscripts because SO4 is sulfate, SO3 is sulfite. Okay? So we're going to be careful with that. If, on your pretty, if the polyatomic ion ends in 8, you change the ending 8 to ic and add acid. Notice that you don't put the hydro. The hydro only goes at the beginning of a name of an acid that is one element. Just one. So this is nitric acid. Okay? Carbonate. Take off the 8 and it goes to ic, carbonic acid. Sulfite, take off the ite and it goes to OUS because that's the rule for ite. So you would say sulfus acid, okay? But sulfur and phosphorus are mean, okay? Sulfur and phosphorus, when they are bonded, go to sulfide and phosphide. Well, the polyatomics of those, sulfate and phosphate, go to sulfuric and phosphoric because they don't like you, because they want it to be complicated, okay? So this is actually sulfurous acid. I will accept both because you changed the ending correctly, okay? But just sulfur and phosphorus are just not nice, okay? I'm sorry. I didn't do it. It's not my fault. Okay? Now, 8's go to ick. You ate something icky. That's how you're going to remember it. You ate something icky. Acid. Ate something icky. One element, hydro. One element, hydro. One element, hydro. And then I don't have any cute way to remember ite to us, okay? I'm sorry. I got two that's all I got, okay? Okay, so now when you're naming or writing the formulas, every acid starts with H. 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 Every acid starts with H, okay? So, boom, there's my cation. You're going to make the formulas for these compounds exactly the same way that you make ionic formulas. Okay? So now we just have to find the anion. Okay? Sulfur, does it have hydro? Nope. So that means it's a polyatomic ion. Ic, acid, means that it came from sulfate. Oh, sulfurate, okay? But so you're going to look on your polyatomic ion sheet and you're going to see there's no sulfurate, but there's sulfate. And then you're going to remember that sulfur and phosphorus are not nice, okay? So that's the only connection that you have to be able to, like, you have to make that leap from phosphorate and sulfurate to phosphate and sulfate. That's the only disconnect, okay? So then sulfate is SO4 2 minus. You're going to crisscross H2SO4. Now, hydro. There's a hydro. That means that there's only one element. And this is the element. What element is it? Bromine. Br. What's the charge on Br? -1. So crisscross ones, and it becomes HBr. Nitrous acid. Us means that it came from ite. So it came from nitrite. Nitrite is NO2, -1 charge from your polyatomic ion chart. And when you crisscross, HNO2. Okay. Perchlorate. Is that a hydro? No. So now we're looking for a polyatomic ion. What does the polyatomic ion end in? 8. So you're looking for perchlorate. Perchlorate is ClO4 1 minus. Crisscross the charges. HClO4.